Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday, and welcome to another episode, I should say, with Express Yourself with Fern. So today, I was thinking about it, and I decided to, bring up the boxing matches that happened this weekend. I couldn't let that go. So I'm not gonna recap. I'm talking about the Jake Paul fight and the Andrew Tate fight, both overhyped um, boxing matches. And again, I'm not going to recap the fights. I think we all kind of watched highlights and knew what happened, but I do want to talk about the fact that I am happy with the results. And the reason I'm happy with those results is because in the Jake Paul fight versus Anthony Joshua, I mean, everybody thought that Jake Paul, was going to be the next great, heavyweight champion, maybe because he has the ability and all this and all that. Which, I mean, again, and I give the guy credit, just for the record. I give the guy credit for doing what he's doing. I mean, he's trying to revive in a way the attention to boxing, since there's not that much going on in the boxing world, especially in the heavyweight division. So I give him credit, but again, I think I think people realized, and he realized himself after the fight, that you cannot go in there and really think that you're gonna succeed against a real heavyweight boxer, professional boxer. We all seen what happened. I mean, it happened kind of late, right? I think in the sixth round. I mean, I expected that to happen in the second to third. Most people believe that. So again, I'm happy with the result because again, I felt like they were trying to make sort of a mockery out of boxing. Everybody can make it, everybody can be a champion, and that's not true. Boxing is a very difficult sport. It takes a lot of training and skill and devotion and everything to be successful. So I'm I'm happy that the truth came out in a sense. And when it comes to the complete joke and mockery, that Andrew Tate and Chase Damore, I think his name is, they were trying to overhype. I mean, that was just a joke. I mean, that's probably one of the worst fights I've ever watched. And I didn't watch the fight because I would never pay to watch that kind of garbage. But the highlights that I did watch were just horrible. I mean, none of them could punch, none of them could really fight. I mean, the holding and the low energy, it was just terrible, terrible. I was like, people, if you paid to watch that, you should ask for a refund, because that was just terrible. That was just terrible. Overhyped, of course, a total money grab. And Andrew Tate, it's just big persona, big fake persona that he puts on, and then he and listen, I understand I think he's 40 years old and whatever, so I get that, but I didn't see a good punch. I didn't see 10 seconds of a real fighter there. So he talks a lot of trash. I think obviously the other guy is younger, so he was able to kind of push through. But what a mockery of the sport they're trying to pull together. And what makes it really funny for me, and again, I'm happy with the result because, again, uh, Andrew Tate thought that he was this great champion and all this stuff. So at the end, he loses and he says, "Yeah, I'm 40 years old and I'm not that active, and I also spent time in the Romanian dungeon." I think he said, as trying to make an excuse, like all these other great fighters in history that spent some times in jail, like a Mike Tyson. And the fact is, he spent like 3 months in Romanian jail, and this was back in the beginning of 2023. So yeah, you didn't spend 3 years in jail, and you just came out, 6 months ago, and you had to fight. So what a joke, what an excuse, typical Andrew Tate. But I'm happy with the results. I think it was entertaining, but that's about it. Anyway, let me know how you feel about these two fights. I would like to hear from you guys what your thoughts were. But overall, I think it was a, I think it was a good result. See ya.